So, Harry Potter meets Rose Quartz? Yeah? Kind of? Okay. Since we have finally reached the end of October and the beginning of November, I think it's only appropriate for me to do the Samhain tag. This tag was created by Amelia, so I'll be sure to put her link in the description. Be sure to check out her channel to get more information. A little about Samhain. Belief is always based on the beholder, and everybody's traditions won't be the same. They'll vary from people to people, person to person. And that's what I like the most about spirituality as a whole. Samhain is the last part of the Harvest Festival trifecta. It follows Lammas and Mabon. And like I said before, it falls at the end of October, the beginning of November in the Northern Hemisphere. It holds a ton of meanings and has a lot going on. One of the key components of Samhain is that it's the time of year that we recognize that death is a part of life and that death itself is only a transition. Also at Samhain, it's when the veil between the worlds is at its thinnest. If you are the least bit empathic or clairvoyant, you're probably not getting a lot of sleep during this time of year, and you may be experiencing some presence more so than usual. It's because of that thin veil. Another thing, if you do any sort of divination, you may notice that it's amplified. So be aware of that and ready, especially if you are green. It's also a really good time to speak with loved ones who have moved on. But if you're going to be doing some channeling, just be careful that you make your intentions and your purpose very clear. The biggest lesson to take away with Samhain is to learn from your past, be grateful and live in the moment, and look forward to what's coming in the future. The minute I saw that Amelia tagged me in this tag, I got so excited that I just wanted to just run and do it. But I couldn't decide which story to use for it. I didn't want to do Shattered because I've done so many on Shattered, and Shattered right now is in my editor's hands, and I kind of want to take a break from it and defrag, so to speak. So I was left with which other one to do. So because I'm me, I couldn't decide. So I'm going to do two. So this video is going to be part 1, and there will be a part 2. I doubt if I'll do a part 3. I won't torture you all with that. I doubt that I'll do it. I'm not making any promises. I'm not. No, I'm not going to do it. I kind of promise a little bit. So my first whip that I'm going to use for the Samhain tag is Gemini Rising. It's about twin warriors who were destined from birth to do great things. And because you got this fool who thinks he needs to run everything, he kidnaps one of the babies when, it was born, like a couple hours after it was born, thinking that would stop some shit, basically. I'll put a better description in the description. Question number 1, ghosts. If one of your characters could talk to the dead, who would they talk to? Quite honestly, a lot of people in this story can already talk to the dead. It's a lot of magic going on, I should say. It's not a magical story, but it's a lot of people with heightened abilities and such. So for this, I'm going to pick Sherika because she can't. And because she can't do it, she will covet it even more. solely want it just because she doesn't have it. Not because she has anybody on the other side that she wants to talk to. That's just Sherika. Number 2, other world. What other worlds exist in your setting, whether they be alternate realms, different planes of existence, etc.? Oh my goodness, there are so many. There will be more than I could possibly name. In this book, there is actually a galactic war going on. So we would be here all day. That would be its own video. Number 3, mummies. How do people in your world intern their dead? Sadly, with so much, going on with the war and the madness, that people are pretty much left to rot where they fall. No respect is given, and they are allowed to just naturally be reclaimed by their planet. Had there not been a war going on, it would be equally hard to answer that question, because the different cultures did a whole bunch of different things. They all were various. So any way that you can think of, that would be it. Number 4, divination. Give your character a reading. What truth do they find? Oh my goodness. So of course the first character that comes to my mind is Dukana. And since Dukana is a goddess, and a very spirited one at that, I'm not going to be so blasphemous as to try to read her. I don't want her mad with me. She's awesome. Awesome. Number 5, reverence. Which character considers respect a highly valued part of their personality, and how do they define it? That would be Gon, or Hakan Gon, as he refers to himself and insists to be called, which basically just means Lord Gon, because he's special. He's a greedy son of a bitch who was actually born into means, pretty much a royal, but never felt like he had enough. He really believes that he has respect, but what he actually has is fear. But he's so delusional that he thinks fear counts as respect. Number 6, darkness. What is the culture and characterization of darkness in your setting? For the main world, I will say that though there are many cultures on there, many people who worship differently and have a different idea on, how the whole God thing works, they do all pretty much subscribe to the universal vibe of balance. They pretty much recognize that they would not recognize the light without knowing the dark. Number 7, tradition. Which character is most held to the traditions of their ancestors? That would be the Gavara, or Gavara, depending on if you know her well enough. The purpose of her whole entire existence is that of sacrifice. She is the tool that is used to keep that balance we spoke of earlier. And it is great sacrifice, because she has to do or be whatever is needed in order to keep that balance. Whatever. Number 8, lantern. What's a fairy tale monster in your setting, and how do you ward it off? Gemini Rising doesn't actually have any monsters per se, but we do have a lot of beings behaving badly. Number 9, hobby horse. Who feels like death is always following them? That would be Ahriman. And he's right. It is following him. And he will learn the very hard way that you can't cheat death, and that there are lots of ways to be dead. Number 10, hazelnuts. Pick a random relationship in your setting. Is it healthy? I'm kind of surprised that the first one that came to our mind was Lita and Tanjiro. And yes, it is very healthy. Honey, they got couple goals going on. And they are very much beloved by many because it's clear that their union actually makes them stronger. And because they are so strong, then that spreads out over the people. Everybody's happy. Number 11, community. Who has an "it takes a village" mentality? I'm going to give that one to my boy Xander. Not that others don't share this feeling as well, but it is strong in him. He instilled this in his daughter Lyri, who he raised without a mom, but he made sure that she had a strong female presence in her life as well as male while she was growing up. Number 12, renovate. What is something that your characters would like to redo or change in their lives? Immediately, my mind went to Sin, our hero. If he could change things, he would certainly want for things to not have manifested in a way that took away his sister and kept her away for 19 years. Number 13, witchery. Who is the prankster caster in your story? We don't really have one in this tale, considering they are going through a pretty treacherous war in this first book. But if that wasn't going on, I like to think that it would be Daylor. He can be very serious when called upon, but for the most part, he's pretty lighthearted and even funny. So there you have it, my Samhain tag. I got through part 1. Make sure you come back and check out part 2. Until next time, you know what to do.